The Oldsmobile 442 stands as one of the most celebrated muscle cars of its era, a perfect blend of power, style, and performance that captured the hearts of enthusiasts in the 1960s and 1970s. Born in 1964 as an option package for the Oldsmobile Cutlass, the 442 designation originally stood for a 4-barrel carburetor, a 4-speed manual transmission, and dual exhausts. Over time, it evolved into a model in its own right, representing the pinnacle of Oldsmobile performance. The car was built to compete with other muscle cars of the time, such as the Pontiac GTO, Chevrolet Chevelle SS, and Buick GS, but it quickly established its own identity with a distinct combination of refinement and raw muscle. The first generation, from 1964 to 1967, introduced the world to Oldsmobile's commitment to performance. While the early versions were powerful, it was in the late 1960s that the 442 truly began to make its mark. The 1968 redesign brought a more aggressive, fastback-inspired body style that made the car look faster even when it was standing still. This generation came equipped with a potent 400 cubic inch V8, delivering impressive horsepower and torque, which, when paired with the available Hurst shifter, provided exhilarating acceleration. The 442 was not just about straight-line speed, it was also known for its excellent handling compared to many of its muscle car rivals, making it a well-rounded performance machine. In 1970, Oldsmobile introduced the legendary 455 cubic inch V8 engine into the 442, pushing performance into new territory. With up to 370 horsepower and massive torque, this version of the 442 could compete with just about anything on the street or track. This was also the year of the W30 Performance Package, which added a fiberglass hood with functional air scoops, aluminum intake manifold, and specially tuned carburation. These enhancements made the W30-equipped 442s some of the most desirable Oldsmobiles ever produced, both then and now. The combination of sheer power, aggressive styling, and Oldsmobile's reputation for quality made the 442 a standout in the crowded muscle car market. However, as the 1970s progressed, the muscle car era began to face challenges. Rising insurance costs, stricter emissions regulations, and the oil crisis all took their toll. The 442 adapted by shifting focus from pure horsepower to a balance of performance and luxury. By the mid-1970s, engine outputs were reduced, but the car still maintained its sporty appearance and driving dynamics. In the later years, the 442 designation returned to being more of a trim and handling package rather than a top performance monster. While purists missed the brute power of earlier models, these later versions kept the spirit alive, offering a stylish, comfortable, and moderately quick ride for those who still wanted a taste of muscle car heritage. Today, the Oldsmobile 442 remains a highly respected classic, especially the late 1960s and early 1970s models, which command strong prices at auctions and among collectors. The W30 cars, in particular, are sought after for their rarity and performance pedigree. Enthusiasts admire the 442 not only for its speed but also for its refined build quality, as Oldsmobile was known for producing cars that were a bit more upscale than some of its GM siblings. Driving a well-maintained 442 today is a trip back in time to an era when American performance cars ruled the streets, and every stoplight could be the start of an impromptu race. The Oldsmobile 442 is more than just a muscle car, it is a symbol of an era when automakers pushed the limits of performance while still delivering style and comfort. It represents the ingenuity and passion of the engineers and designers who created it, and it continues to inspire a new generation of car lovers. Whether parked at a classic car show or roaring down the highway, the 442 commands attention, reminding everyone why it became one of the most iconic names in muscle car history.